Ethan woke suddenly, disoriented and unable to catch his breath. The room spun around him as a dull ache pulsed through the back of his head. For several long seconds, he couldn't remember where he was. Then he saw the ceiling above him, the house of forgotten faces. The shadows along the ceiling shifted slowly, almost like the room itself was breathing, and suddenly everything came rushing back. The mirror. Mira, the reflection that blinked. Ethan pushed himself upright with a sharp gasp, immediately regretting it as dizziness crashed over him again. Lena grabbed his shoulders quickly. "Easy," she whispered nervously. "You hit your head." Ethan pulled away almost instantly. "Where's Mira?" Silence. That silence frightened him more than any answer could have. Grace stood near the corner of the room holding a lantern. The warm light flickered across her exhausted face, making the dark circles beneath her eyes look even deeper. Then Ethan noticed the door. Strange symbols had been carved across the wooden frame in messy, overlapping lines. Black candles burned around the room, filling the air with smoke and the scent of ash. And from somewhere outside the room, scratch, scratch. Something moved slowly along the hallway walls, trying to get in. Ethan looked back at Lena, panic rising in his chest. "Where's Mira?" This time, his voice broke. Lena lowered her eyes without answering. Tears filled her eyes. "The reflection called her," she whispered. Ethan's stomach dropped. "What?" Grace stepped forward carefully. When the reflection blinked, it wasn't copying her anymore, she said quietly. It became aware. Ethan's breathing quickened. "What happened to her?" Lena wiped tears from her face shakily. The mirror started talking to her. Flashbacks slammed violently into Ethan's mind. Mira standing frozen in the hallway, the smiling reflection inside the mirror, black liquid moving beneath the glass. It knew things about her, Lena whispered. Things nobody else knew. Ethan felt cold all over. What things? Lena's voice trembled harder. It told her she didn't belong outside the mirror anymore. The scratching outside the room suddenly stopped. Complete silence filled the house. Then softly, a voice whispered from outside the door. "Lena." All three of them froze. It sounded exactly like Mira. Grace immediately blew black powder into the candles. The symbols on the walls darkened instantly. "Don't answer it," Grace whispered urgently. The voice outside laughed softly, then footsteps moved away slowly. Ethan stared at them in horror. "Tell me what happened." Lena swallowed hard. Mira started walking toward the mirror. Ethan remembered now. He remembered grabbing her arm. He remembered her crying. "I tried to stop her," he whispered. "You did," Lena said softly. "But the reflection wanted you gone." Then the memory fully returned. The mirror version of Mira smiling while the real Mira cried. Black hands reaching from inside the glass. And then, Mira turning suddenly. Her face twisted in terror and rage. She shoved Ethan backward with impossible strength. His body flew across the hallway. The back of his head slammed into the wall, and darkness swallowed him instantly. Ethan grabbed his head tightly as the memory finished returning. "No." Grace looked toward the floor. "After you went unconscious, the reflection pulled her into the mirror." Silence. Ethan stared at her blankly. "Pulled?" Lena began crying again. Her body started sinking into the glass like water. Ethan's breathing became shaky. "No." "We tried to hold her," Lena whispered desperately. But something inside the mirror was pulling harder. Grace looked sick remembering it. The mirror opened. Ethan slowly looked at her. "What do you mean opened?" Grace's face tightened with fear. There was another place inside it. Mira kept screaming. Lena whispered, even while the thing inside the mirror copied her voice. Ethan felt tears burning his eyes now. "Stop," but Lena couldn't. Her reflection smiled the entire time. Then very softly, Lena whispered, and when Mira was almost fully inside, She looked directly at Ethan. She looked relieved. The words shattered something inside him. "No," he whispered instantly. "That's not true." "I know," Lena cried. "I know." The room fell silent again except for the sound of rain outside. Black rain. Ink rain. Then Ethan finally noticed something else. The faceless people outside the room. They were still there. He could hear them moving slowly beyond the walls, but none of them entered. He looked toward Grace. "Why are they afraid of this room?" Grace hesitated too long. "Grace," she finally sighed. "Because this room belonged to the founder." Ethan frowned. "Founder?" Grace nodded slowly. "The man who created the town." Cold fear crawled through Ethan's chest. "Created?" Grace stared toward the candles. This place wasn't always here. Lightning flashed outside the windows. For one brief second, the room appeared completely different. Old, rotten, covered in writing across every wall. Then darkness returned. Grace looked terrified now. The founder discovered something beneath the town. The scratching outside the room started again, slower now, more desperate. "Something that could erase pain," Grace whispered. But it didn't erase pain. She looked directly at Ethan. It erased people. Silence filled the room. Then suddenly, a loud bang shook the door. Every candle flickered violently. Another bang. The faceless people outside began whispering together, hundreds of voices speaking at once. "He's remembering. He's remembering. He's remembering." The walls started shaking. Black liquid seeped beneath the door. The symbols carved into the wood began burning red. Grace's face turned pale. "It knows you're awake." Another violent slam hit the door. Then Mira's voice screamed from outside, "Ethan, help me!" He nearly ran to the door instantly. Lena grabbed him desperately. "No!" Then the voice outside changed instantly, from Mira to Ethan's own voice. "You already forgot her once." The room went completely silent. Then slowly, a face began pushing outward from the wooden door itself, stretching through the wood like soft skin. Smiling, it was Mira's reflection, and this time, it had Ethan's eyes.